Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Lianov, and I am the founder and president of the Global Positive Health Institute. And welcome to this GPHI podcast series where we talk about many things related to healthy lifestyles, positive psychology, health and well-being, and happiness, of course. And so today I'm very excited to have a colleague who is also on our GPHI council. I'm very excited to have Sley Guimaräes. Did I pronounce it right? And she is a physician. She is board certified in 2017 in the International Board of Lifestyle Medicine, founder and president of the Brazilian College of Lifestyle Medicine in 2021. Welcome, Sley.
Wow, I'm so happy to be here with you, Liana, and thank you and hello to everyone.
Wonderful. And I would love to hear kind of your story of what got you interested in healthy lifestyles, lifestyle medicine, positive psychology, what makes us happy and healthy.
Okay. Well, at the beginning, I was only a preventive medicine physician and acupuncturist because I thought I was going to the root cause of the diseases. However, in my practice, I realized that no, I was not going to the root of the problem. What the patient was doing at home, at work, on his daily routine was causing or worsening the symptoms and the diseases. And Diana, I studied at a very good medical school, but I had no idea of how to give a lifestyle orientation to the patient, or even less, how to help them change and sustain healthy behaviors. So I started to search on the internet, searching the internet, and I found something that was called lifestyle medicine. And wow, what I was looking for already existed, structured by you, by the way. And there was a community. So I thought, I found my tribe because we are physicians, we are based on science, but our first line of treatment is healthy lifestyle. We are talking about the 6 pillars. We're talking about behavior change. So, and you can do this communication and connection thing that makes lifestyle medicine possible without the positive psychology. I think it's crucial because I think it's a very important way to assess the patient beliefs, and to look at the flourishment of this person. Okay, we can talk here about recognizing positive things that happened in the past, or to be more present, to be more confident, and not in a naive way, but in a very conscious way. So I think positive psychology should be studied by everyone. It's very important, I believe.
Well said. And of course, that's what the Global Positive Health Institute is all about, and what I've been passionate about in the last few years. You're right. Everyone in general should have some of these skills. These are skills that can be learned. And then also our healthcare colleagues can encourage their patients and incorporate it in the healthcare they provide. And so I would love to next hear how you apply this in your own life, and then as a health professional, how you apply it.
Wow. In my personal life, it had a huge impact when I met positive psychology for the first time, because when they say our mind, our brain is too attached to the negative things are not doing well in our lives, it's true. And when we start to see things from another side, from another angle, it changes everything. And it's a lot about the attitude. I think when we read and we understand and connect with positive psychology, I think we change our attitude during good times, during bad times, and to recognize the good things that are happening. So it makes huge change, and especially when we're talking about stress management, for me, it was very important. And in my professional life too, because it changed the way that I connect and communicate with my patients, and they feel it. They say, "Wow, I've never felt this way before in a medical visit," and it's very very interesting. And nowadays, after at the end of this COVID pandemics, I see that mental health is a big issue. And when we look at this PERMA V from positive psychology, it's a good way to explain to the patient how it's not only with pills, it's not only with therapy, they are important too. But PERMA V is something that helps me a lot when we're talking about mental health with the patients.
Do you have any specific advice or practical tips for many of our health professional listeners, or maybe wondering who maybe are new and just starting to listen to this podcast? Boy, this sounds really interesting, but I'm very busy. It's maybe patients won't be interested in this. What are some small practical ways that they can start incorporating this in their work with patients?
Well, first of all, study a lot, read from good and reliable sources, take Dr. Liana's course, but most of all, practice every day in your life, practice training your attitude, and you will see your mind goes shifting towards this positive psychology way of seeing things and facing life issues. And then when you see, you start practicing it with your patients too, and with people who are around you, so that they can achieve it too. Again, not in a naive attitude, no, but in a conscious and mindful attitude. I think that would be my advice.
Terrific. Thank you for that. And thank you for the plug for our course. And I should explain to our listeners that the GPHI is unveiling a course that focuses on how one who is a health professional can very practically and simply incorporate this into their personal lives as well as in their professional lives, to the extent that they're able and ready. And it's a adult learning, thought-provoking set of exercises and interaction with colleagues to figure this out. And so thank you for that plug. And I would love to hear what you think the world would look like if we were successful both in promoting lifestyle medicine. You've been a leader in lifestyle medicine in your country, in Brazil, and then it is very important that we help patients through lifestyle medicine make those behavior changes, and positive psychology has an important role there as well, as we've mentioned. And if we are successful and fully adopting all of the science behind these areas, what would the world look like in self-care as well as in healthcare?
Mhm. Well, it would surely be a happier and healthier world, because many of us, I believe all of us, want to be healthier and happier and being satisfied with our lives. But it's hard to change. To change behaviors is a huge challenge. And on the other side, people uh, are drowned in too many information, and not all of them good information, especially when you see the social media. But I think we would be able to educate people, tell them exactly what is healthier for you or not. And it's simple. It's not about expensive supplements. It's about what we eat, how we move, how we sleep, how we manage stress, how we connect. But I think we would give them good information, but also if we include positive psychology in our relationships, we would be, uh, in a word, more with more compassion, with more empathy, and it would be easier for us to change because we wouldn't feel so much pressure. We would feel understood and feeling that what we want is to be better, not to be perfect. And I think it would change everything.
And we've been talking about the world in general, but here I am talking to you in the US, and you're talking to me in Brazil. And so perhaps our listeners would be interested in hearing a little more about the differences between our countries in advancing everything that we've been talking about. What's happening over there in Brazil to promote healthy lifestyles and positive psychology?
Well, I think we are in a very good moment here in Brazil because we see health providers very upset with the way they were doing their job, like only prescribing, only giving orientation. And they say, I can do better. I need something better to do in my life. I don't want to be just a prescriber because the person doesn't change and I feel frustrated. And so we have this movement happening, and it's a big movement. It's not a small one. So we see lifestyle medicine increasing among health professionals, and media here in Brazil is talking a lot about healthy behaviors too. And fortunately, talking about how to do it in a gentle way and not in an oppressive way. So here in Brazil, I see this movement. We are far from being very happy and very healthy, although people think Brazil is the happiest place of carnival and so many things. We are the most anxious country in the planet. It's very sad. And we are the second country in burnout. We are after Japan. So there's a lot to do, but I think people want to hear what we have to say, and it makes us happy.
And in order to end that, it's hard to think about all of the stress that it sounds like you and your colleagues and patients and others are experiencing, and that anxiety, especially if you're top of the list around the world on experiencing these negative emotions. And here there's a movement both in physical ways and mental, emotional ways to improve that and move people towards happiness, like you say. So it's wonderful to hear that. You shared with me earlier before we got on the podcast that there may be even 1,000 health professionals that are part of your lifestyle medicine organization. So what are those early successes? What are you most proud of? Where are you making the most progress in this area?
Well, I think to give quality information for health professionals and for Brazilians in general, because we are drowned in fake news in health too. And so we have this group very aligned with what truly is lifestyle medicine and not many other things, because this name, oh my God, it's so good for marketing. So many people who don't do lifestyle medicine want to use it, but no, this is something that I am very proud of. Here in Brazil, we are being able to talk about lifestyle medicine as it is.
Yeah, and of course, you're starting in a good place in terms of this community that's built around colleagues who get it, that practicing medicine should be different. And so that's a good set of colleagues that will be promoting and hopefully influencing other colleagues and other health professionals in your own country, and serve hopefully as role models for elsewhere, including back to the US. And as you're doing that, of course, everyone, you said we all need to study and learn about these topics. And we've mentioned the positive health course. Are there some other favorite resources that you use yourself or that you recommend?
Well, when I feel the VIA character strengths, it had a very positive impact in me, because I thought, well, I have these strengths, so I will use them for my purposes. And it's been very helpful for my patients too. And also, when we're talking about easy communication about positive psychology, I like Martin Seligman books, Flourish and Authentic Happiness, and I refer them to my patients, and they like it too.
So those are wonderful resources for your patients, especially, of course, as busy practitioners. We will encourage our patients to study more of this on their own time, but at least we have these early resources that are shining the light. And you mentioned Dr. Seligman, who is the founder and father of positive psychology, who's really shining the light on that reframing, the changing of attitude in a way that is not, like, say, naive, not Pollyanna, that's grounded, but yet an accepting of all of our emotions and all of our humanity and common humanity and suffering, and then looking for ways to grow from those experiences and build positive emotions in realistic ways that give us the hope and optimism to build healthy behaviors and healthy lifestyles. So yeah, I appreciate those recommendations for resources. As we close this podcast, are there any parting words, like one takeaway message you would like our listeners to recall from this chat?
I like one quote that says that self-care is not about me first, it's about me too. And when we talk about positive psychology, I think we embrace self-care. We embrace getting to know ourselves better and to look at our strengths and move forward. So I like it. We need to be very feeling well, searching for happiness. I think we are not happy all the time, but the search for happiness leads us to good places.
Wonderful. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on this brief podcast of the GPHI. That's Dr. Guimaräes. And thank you again. Hopefully we'll bring you back again as we work together, collaborating between Brazil and the US to promote lifestyle medicine and positive psychology. And thank you to our listeners for following this GPHI podcast. We hope to see you on another one of these in the future. In the meantime, be happy, healthy, and safe. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.